Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mia and today I'm going to be doing a do's and don'ts video, which I'm basically going to be doing half of my face good side and then the other half like bad. So what to do correctly on this side and then what not to do on the other as a comparison. I'm just going to be showing you the best techniques and hopefully this will help you out and help you recognise what you're doing wrong or what you need to improve or what you need to change in your beauty routine. So that is the goal for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you miss all my future videos. I post every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday 8:30 PM, so be sure not to miss that. And without further ado, I'm just going to zoom you right in and we will start with the video. So I'm going to be doing this side as the good side and then this is the bad. So I'm going to start off just by doing my eyebrows really quickly. And I'm using the Benefit Brow today on the Anastasia angled brush with the spoolie on the end. And I'm just going to be doing, if you haven't watched my eyebrow tutorial already, go watch it now because I'm going to speed this process up. I've already done a dedicated video to it. So if you'd like a more in-depth tutorial, go watch that. It'll be linked down in the description box. So as you can see, I've already done one eyebrow, big difference, clean, and I've not carved this out yet and I've still got that nice ombre. Now I'm going to be showing you the errors that so many people make with the other eyebrow. So for starters, a lot of them get too much product on the brush to start with, and then what they do, the biggest mistake ever, they start at the front of the brow like this. And they just go all the way in and they don't even, I mean, I'm finding this difficult to do because I'm so used to doing it myself, but they just overline, and as you can see this is a lot darker, like they don't really follow the natural shape of the brow, and then they just bring it all the way through the brow. So this creates a block brow, which is obviously not very nice. And you know, I might exaggerate some of this, but it's only because if I don't exaggerate I won't be able to do it. But as you can see, like once you've got a lot of products in your brow, it's a lot harder to actually blend out. Actually that's not that bad, but it's really difficult for me to do badly because I don't want to, but they just go all the way through the brow, really deepen it up, and they end it like that because it's like a block. The next step is obviously like carving out your brow and then priming your eyes. So I'm using the P. Louise base today as usual because it is the best. And what you want to do, this is a very important step, get a good brush carved like this and just dip into the base. Make sure you've got it nice and coated. For the other side, most people use concealer anyway, but I'm going to be using the base because I've got it on hand. And what they do is the biggest mistake is that they go over a lot of hairs. Actually, I've made a mistake already. I know a lot of people and they use brushes like this, which I don't really think work as good. And they go really thickly and they go like over the hairs. Like this. I don't know if you can see that, but it makes it like bumpy. And then what they also love to do, I don't know why, they love to carve over it. it doesn't look that bad, but up close it looks horrendous. It looks absolutely terrible. So they probably, maybe they had a little bit of concealer as the base, but they wouldn't, so like that is like as much as they'd go. So, moving on to eyeshadow, which is our next step. We're going to be doing a super simple eye today, but I'm going to be showing you all of the things that they would do wrong. So first of all, I would go into a Morphe M506 brush or something similar, just a small tapered brush. And I would go into the shade Man-Made, which is from the Mitchell palette, which is this shade here, that deep brown, well, not too deep. And I would just get that on the brush, really dip it in, tap the excess off. Have light pressure, a whole new brush here, guys. This is the most important thing ever. Then going into the shade Main, which is a slightly deeper shade, and just parking that on a little bit more. But the same step, same brush. And now I would go into probably a brush like this, slightly bigger, and I'd go into Meh, which is the lighter brown shade, and just tap the excess off again, and go in little enough, and just to really blend that out. Circular motions, holding slightly closer to the brush now. Then taking a nice big fluffy brush, I'm going to go into the shade Macaroni and a little bit of mixer, just to have that like shade to blend it all out with, and bring a little bit of warmth back into the eyes, and just make sure everything is really nicely blended, just like that. So that is like the base of like a good eye. Right, the first mistake that most people make is they go into the crease with a brush like this. So as you can see, the size is quite a big difference, and they would probably go in with the lightest shade first as well, which stops the darkest shade having the most pigment. So they work backwards, I suppose. So they go into Meh, and they would just probably do this. They don't use circular motions, which I find really hard to do now. They probably just do that. Just really like blend it like that, and they'd actually probably hold it here more as well. So like that, and then they use the exact same brush to go in with Man-Made, and then they do the exact same thing, not using circular motions, which I'm finding really hard to do. And then they would probably take a slightly smaller hope pin and go into Main, and again holding it really close. And then what they do with this, they blend it all the way up. So as you can see here, we've got that nice gradient. Here it's non-existent. And now, because they've got the harsh edges, they probably would go back into Meh, and they would probably just blend that out like this. Now, for the under eye, I would go into a little pencil brush to start off with, and I would go into Main, and I would use my pinky and just pull my eye down slightly, and just build that shade up, just like that. And then I would probably go into a small little brush just like this, so it's quite fluffy but still small. This is a Estee Lauder brush, and then I go into a little bit of Main and a little bit of Handmade, and I would just blend that out. And then I would finally go into the M506 brush, just into Meh and Macaroni, and I would blend that out. And then finally just using whatever was left on this brush to really smoke that out and then join everything up. And then for the under eye, they would literally just go in with a brush like this into main. And I'm sure they just do this. And they would be done. Literally, and just no deepening, nothing. Now on, say this side, if we're going to do a shimmer shade, I would definitely use my finger. So we're going into the shade Master. And I'm just going to be tapping that on to start with. Like that. And then using a brush like this and just dipping in that shade and blending it out. Like that. And then going back into my big brush and just blending over that, making sure there's nothing too harsh. Then going back into the M506 brush and just blending over that slightly. Then if we were to do it on this side, I'm pretty sure that they just go into a brush probably like this, and they'd just get a little bit of it and they'd probably just go like that. Now, eyeliner. We're going to do liquid eyeliner today, and I'm going to show you how I would do it and how they do it. So I just look down and get really tight to the lash line, and then I don't wing it out, I just widen it slightly towards the edge to give me that like nice rounded eye. Now for this side, they would literally, I assume, close and just and I'm sure, like, look how thick that is. It's just not nice. This is just like defining your eye. This is just like too much for me. Not personal preference, but like as you can see, this is like a lot smoother, and you can always just go back in if you need to on this side. That's how I would do it. Build gradually, not like that. So we're going to go straight into face now, and for base today we are going to be starting off with foundation, and I'm using the Fenty foundation today. And for the good side, I'm going to be using sponges today as an example. Always wet your sponge. It makes it so much softer, more bouncy, and it applies the product so much nicer, so it's not cakey. So I'm going to take it on this side. I'm just going to be dipping in, and I'm just going to be tapping that in all over. Now, normal people would use Beauty Blender and they wouldn't wet it. Like, it's so much harder, and the size, actually, I don't know if you can tell the size, but it is a lot bigger. Maybe if I do this, like, it's a lot bigger, this one, and it's so much softer, whereas this one's super hard. So I know people, and they wouldn't even use this side, they'd use this side, which is super annoying. So they do that, and then they'd swipe. So not only does this soak up all your product, you're then not even going to have coverage because you are swiping. Now, cream contour. We all know we can struggle with cream contour, but not if you do it my way, or the way. So I'm going to be using the Tarte contour stick in the shade 2, and I'm just going to be applying that like right near my ear, and just there. Don't bring it all the way in, and then just bringing it slightly there and a little bit here. And then I'm going to be using the brush that I added a little bit of foundation to before, so the Joe Fiber brush, and I'm going to be just blending that out, bringing it upwards and backwards. So you literally, with this, I'm not even like proper contouring, it's just bringing warmth to my face. As you can see, that has brought a lot of warmth. And then here again, you just really need to buff this in, and then down the neck. Buff, buff, buff. Go on to the ears if you haven't already. Just like that. And then on the head again, you don't want to like go back into the hairline. Let me just give you a quick close up of the foundation. It's like streak, you know, coverage, and then so much coverage and flawless. Now, normal people would just go like this. And then like that, and they would draw all the way around, and then they would add here as well. I'd add cream contour to my nose. I think it's too heavy. And then what they do is they use their dry beauty blender, and they would just swipe. And I'm trying to make this look as good as I can as well, just bear that in mind. Give you a quick close up. Flawless. Terrible. So after that, you would be ready to use concealer, and I'm today going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape. This in the shade light medium, and I'm just going to be applying that just there, a little bit here, and a little bit there, and just down my nose. I'm going to be using the sponge again to blend this out, and I'm just using the clean side, tapping that in, and just really making sure that that's blended in. Blend, 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 tap, tap, tap. And then when you blend out concealer with a beauty blender underneath your eyes, you just want to get as close as possible and dab up and down without distorting your eyeshadow basically. And then if necessary, you literally just go back over with that big brush, just blend the very bottoms out. And then what normal people would do is, obviously I want a shade lighter, but they would go like super pale, and they would make the mistake of doing this all over the face. Then going in with the flipping dry beauty blender again. Now for powder, what would we do on this side? The good side, I would go in with a little brush like this, and I'd just tap in and swirl around, tap off, and I would just tap very, very lightly in the areas where I applied the concealer. Now what would we do if we were the other side? We'd dip in with our beauty blender and we would bake. Now I'm going to do the contour on this side. So obviously I've not set this, so our contour now will be to set it. And I'm using the Bare Minerals Warmth Mineral Powder today. And I'm going to be taking this on this sort of brush. So we want a lot of product, and we're just swirling that. Swirling and tap, and then what you want to do is you want to take some on the back of your hand as well, and then you just take in this, and it's like tapered, so it's like really nice to get in there. Just really bring that towards the back, and then being sure to follow the shape and just really lightly pressured like that. And then on the forehead exactly the same. Tap it up on the back of your hand, and then this is a really nice shape to just get in the hairline and into all the crevices with. It's like even for your jawline, really good. And then I would just take this slightly on the side of the nose, a little like over the lip, like that. And now I can assure you, I would go back into the powder with a big brush And I would just do that. Now, I would never take this brush with here. I would probably use a brush like this. I can be sure of it. And we would do that. And we wouldn't tap it off. We'd probably just go in heavy, like that. With your hand really close. And I went too heavy-handed there. I do apologise. I didn't mean to go that heavy. So just blend that out. But that is how they did contour. Now for blush, I like quite a bright blush always. So I'm using the MAC one today, which is a perfect example. And I'm going to be using a duo fibre brush like this from Real Techniques and just taking that off, trying it on the back of my hand, and then blending my contour out with that. So but blush, I'm sure someone would use something like this, which is normally fine, but I'd probably use it like this. Putting on the apples of the cheek like that is just such a known common fact, but you actually shouldn't, because it drags your face down. Now highlighter. Highlighter is a very tricky one because, you know, I love a good highlight, but you can have too much highlight. Like, I know people say, oh, there's never too much, but there really is. Like me now, I would go into my little Morphe brush, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills today, the Amrezy highlighter, and I will literally just concentrate on this part of the face. Whereas I know people will literally use brushes so big, she's like this. And they would go in, really going in, I don't think they, and they would like that. Like, look how like just, like, it's like icing. That's like horrible. And then I go into a small little brush, just like this, and I always just pop that right in the inner corner. Whereas, I would probably take a brush like this and go. Oh my god, thank god we're nearly at the end because this is stressing me out now. Like, this just looks so, let me just turn the lights down a little bit so you can see. That's just so smooth, like clean, beautiful, messy, choppy, chalky, horrible. For lips, we're going to go into lips now. And I'm using this dark lip liner. I know this isn't everyone's colour, but I think this is like the best representative and the best way to show. So I love to overline my lips, don't get me wrong, but I always follow like my natural lip line, so I'll as you can see, like, that's nicely outlined, perfect. Now on the other side, I don't want to talk about it, like they overline the lips like ridiculously. I'm going to go into this Melly lipstick, which is just nude. This is in the shade Mood. Blend that lipstick in. This side now. Like that, they'd leave the dark line, they wouldn't blend it. Like this, it's just so much prettier, and then there's that, it's like, so harsh and just horrible. Lip gloss, I'm using the P. Louise Holo Gloss today, and what I like to do with this gloss is just focus it in the centre. That's how we do it. Now eyelashes, whoa, let's have a look. Now for me, eyelashes, I would just, I'd make sure they were trimmed nicely, which these are. And I'm going to go in with a Duo Lash Glue. And I am literally just going to be applying a super thin layer of eyelash glue. Then on the other eyelash, we're going to do a thick layer of lash glue. Not too thick obviously, but you know, more than is necessary. The best way of putting on eyelashes is to have some tweezers and just let the eyelash glue dry. So let me just actually give you a representation. Ooh. So that's how much glue I've put on the bad sides, and that is how much glue I've put on the normal size. So I don't know if you can actually see, but it's a lot more. And I'd normally let this one dry, but bad people do not let their eyelash glue dry, and they don't even blow it. I'm going to find this so hard because it won't stick, and especially with that much glue, well, no. Well, anyway. So, on the other hand, we will just take our little lashes. So as you can see, that's really nicely on. Right near my lash line, looks like natural. This, you can see through the bottom of it, you can see the eyelash glue. It's not great. By the way, these gorgeous lashes are the Eyebrow Buttercup lashes. Let's see if that focuses, yeah. These are in style Tomorrow, which are gorgeous. Not there, but they are here. So guys, this is the end of this video, and this is the finished look, both sides. So really cute, just nice, soft, gentle, blended out. Hot mess. You can just see the difference, like how my face looks lovely and lifted, and this looks. Let's add in a disclaimer here. I'm not trying to offend anyone, you know, obviously like this, not everyone is amazing at makeup, but this is just simply a video, and don't get me wrong, I've definitely like exaggerated certain things, but I'm just giving you the gist of what people would usually do compared to like how you should do it, and I'm just trying to help you improve how you look and how you do your makeup, because I know people do struggle for it. So I'm just trying to give you examples of what you probably do wrong and how you can improve that and change that and make yourself look more like this instead of this. So yeah, I really don't want to offend anyone, just want to say that. And if I've offended you, I do apologise, I really do. That is not my intention. I'm trying to help you, and this was a requested video, so you're welcome. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and I really hope this has helped you genuinely, because I know that when I started makeup I was doing things like this, so it's a learning curve, and hopefully this video has really helped you. If it has, please let me know down in the comments, or DM me on Instagram. If you are not subscribed already, subscribe. And if you're not following my social media already, everything's linked down below, so go check that out. And I think this video is finally finished. Thank you so much for watching. If you've ended up here, thank you for your patience. And that is all. I just want to say one big last thank you for watching, and I shall see you all in my next video. Bye guys! I live inside my own world of make-believe.